Hey guys, welcome to VR Master League. The start of our 4 straight matches here tonight on this Wednesday evening in North America. We've got Nebula over on orange side, Genesis over on blue side, Palidore right down the middle in the casting department and the camming department for that matter. So we've got 2 teams with the same record. And I'm getting karaoke in the game. I guess I'll go join the match here for a second. I haven't heard karaoke since Team Joker.
Wait, everyone has to do it in unison. Come on, guys. Wait,
I'm not sure I like this.
Right?
I joke. It's always fun seeing the personalities here and some post-game celebrations. Nebula's one of those teams that does do it, so if I can remember, I'll be sure to show you later. But anyway, what was I even saying? I don't remember anymore. Oh yes, these 2 teams, both the same record here at 5 and 7, both the same MMR at 1160. For that matter, both of these teams, some recent losses against Orbit and Flare on both sides. So these teams, after some games against tough teams like that, they're trying to come back here and find their foothold, rebound after what was a down week last week, and see who can come out on top. These 2 teams definitely talented, and because again, before those last couple losses, these teams were also 5 and 5, so just kind of right down the middle, and seeing who can make the comeback game, if at all possible.
He just crashed, I think. Wait, holy, how did everyone leave? Oh wait, no, never mind. What am I saying?
Also seems like I got perhaps a last-minute Sputnik joining soon, so pardon me for the brief silence. I'm going to try and get him in here in a timely fashion, if possible.
Can you boost me real quick, Chata? Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Can you boost me, Knife Eye Reich?
Okay, latte tossed.
Thank you, Knife Eye Reich.
Okay, hi again. Sorry for the delay on that one. Trying to get Sputnik in here to maybe join me on the cast. Will he be here? Will he not?
I'm
there
here.
he is. He is here. You can hear him at home. Audience, welcome to the cast. Sputnik just joining me last possible second, which I'm grateful for because we have a few games all up in a row. 4, in fact. This is just the beginning.
It kind of took me off guard. Give me 1 second. I'm joining the match right now.
I took you off guard. You took me off guard. What are you talking about? All right, well, Sputnik looks like he's in the match, or just about to be, and teams have readied up, so we should be good. So everyone joining us here, welcome, welcome on Twitch. See the numbers creeping up ever the more as we start off this evening. So y'all good to go?
I am here and ready. I just joined this match, and I'm ready to go.
All right, sounds good. There it goes then. Launch is underway. I should probably make that clear here with animation. And there it is as we get off and going. Genesis over on blue side and Nebula on the orange.
Chocolate will take possession at the tube, sending it over Bowtie to Kaznaz. Kaznaz trying to find that pass on the floor. Intercepted and taken by this Invictus team.
Close, Genesis.
Excuse me.
Invictus is playing up soon here. Next match is 6 foot over versus Genesis. We have, again, 4 matches all in a row. They're coming all 30 minutes apart. So it will just be match after match after match after match.
So it looks like we will have a great lineup of games tonight. I still have to learn the team names for this thing. I have to bring up the Twitch. But trying to get that clear. Yeah, give me a second. Let me bring up the Twitch. Can you take over, Palidore?
I'd be happy to. Maybe. All right, going off here into the wedge. It'll be taken by, looks like Genesis back on the rebound. Still 0 after 0-0 after a minute of gameplay. Going down to the ramp, taken here by Kaznaz just briefly, but tapped out by Jay Tabeka. Sweet Tooth coming through over in the middle. There's a pair of stacks, one for each team going along there. We already know Nebula's kind of famed for their speed. Genesis famed for, if nothing else, some offensive power throughout the weeks. Right here, going in for a great save, Chocolates. And you can hear someone letting out a little ooh and an ah and an oh as it goes over into the blue side. Rebounded, intercepted, sent back, and an intercept just the same again. Back and forth it goes as it flows into the pocket. So over here, Caden now, as JDBeka takes it right out of the hands, being contested by Kaz with his hands, defensive reach, but Caden gets it in the back line, and now the separation as the rectangular formation takes place.
So it is 8 minutes remaining, losing possession on that post, back into the hands of 6 foot over, of Nebula, excuse me. So Nebula with possession now, chasing under Bowtie, getting that clear through mid, getting that pass to Chocolate's hand. He will go for that long distance three, and it will bounce wide.
Just a bit, but right back at him with a good pass down low, recognizing the goal. It's late toast off the head of JDBeka. It's a tough bounce for Nebula, but a good one for Genesis.
And they will take it with 7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining with 2 on the clock. Nebula will take the lead.
2 on the clock, it's already over. Man, this time's just speeding by, Sputnik.
Well, 2 off the clock, 2 on the clock, my bad.
No, my bad. I don't know anymore. But welcome, we have 31 people actually joining us. It's kind of been getting up in those numbers the last few days. Is going up for the 3 is Sweet Tooth. Look at the bounce. Got it nicely for 5.
So Invictus now down by 5 with more than enough time to get back on the board. They just have to clean up their passing, clean up their boosting, and get down the court in an organized fashion.
See, again, over the Twitch chat, some people talking there. It's pass going through, actually, so hold that thought as he holds at this and holding on tight for the go. Knife Rich. Someone asking there, it was a Pope Mobile. Nice name. Asking about the quest port. Well, we don't know when it's coming out exactly, but we do know the signups for the community testing for the quest release is actually just went live today. So check the community Discord, the Echo VR Discord, for more info.
So Late Toast will send it to Sweet Tooth, trying to get that pass off the wall of the tube. They won't find it, and a clear will ring out from Genesis.
First to the disc, though, is H Money just in time. There was a couple players right back into the goal, but now it's just a 1-point match. Just like that. Strembitsky saying, Palidore, show us the offensive joust. Just one time. For who? For Genesis?
But that's exactly what Genesis needed to do. They needed to get down the court. They needed to follow their clear with their boost and get that forward possession.
And getting a forward possession here. Kaznaz just threw the under the feet of a couple defenders, but it will be intercepted on the other side, but rejected as it gets snagged up by Kaznaz. Takes a look behind just to make sure he has some time. Doesn't have much of it, so he finds a back pass instead, right at the Rad logo.
So Late Toast will take it, trying to find that pass above, but under heavy coverage, he will send it back. Sweet Tooth now sending it to shoulder, and getting the snag is Caden.
Yeah, great grab from Caden as it goes clear on through to the other side. There's some stacks even faster, though. All 4 players for Nebula there first, but unfortunately all 4 players the overshoot. So going to the Rad logo again, bottom ramp taken by Genesis. And another chance here. Never mind. At some offense, it will be Chocolate instead. Lines it up. And see what the results are. Will be just snagged out by JDBeka.
And JDBeka will give up that clear into the hands of Sweet Tooth. Trying to find a cross pass under goal. Trying to find it. Finds it with Chocolate. Getting the dunk.
That's a nice up and under kind of dunk right there. Little hesitation move.
Yeah, great play underneath the goal. Able to fake out that goalie and just slam it right in.
So as per request, here's a Genesis offensive launch. If you want to see the Nebula one, I'll do that next time there on the offense. But here it goes to JDBeka, getting that one actually right back. A pass deep on a 2-on-1 situation. Maybe one extra soft pass, and tissue soft for the finish. Caden gets it. Now it's 1-point game again.
A terrific rollout with that 2-to-1 advantage in the bubble. Able to get those soft passes, pull that goalie out of position, and put it right in.
So now the offensive joust for Nebula. As per maybe requested. Either way, there's both the offensive jousts. Late Toast gets it. and sends it to Chocolate, but the defense at the moment not really pressing up on this side of the floor, just content to let Genesis, or Nebula rather, work it up to this side.
So with that pass down, that will go wide. It's now at one-on-one with the goalie and the offender. But getting that clear through tube and past this Nebula team, it will now be a joust. It will now be a boost chase. Excuse me.
Ooh, and the pass. Oh, that's unfortunate. It looks like Knife Rich might be down and out for the moment. That is Knife Poor as he goes over here. Chocolate now taking the disc, getting it stunned actually by Caden. So disc goes astray, and a lot of players trying to make the play on the disc as we do get a dropout on Genesis' side. So we'll see how this plays out over the next minute or so. I mean, hopefully they can get their player back in here, but the shot going to go through, off, rebounded, and a second attempt for Kaz Naz.
With that man advantage, Nebula just able to chase it down and get that 5-meter shot.
Quick look at the stats there as they're about to get wiped, and there it goes. So hopefully we can get Knife Rich back into the game momentarily, but until then, they're just going to get the times and all that stuff settled here. Again, a 3-point game, 2-something. We'll see what they set it to exactly when they press the restart button, but it was somewhere in that neighborhood. There you go. 250. I thought it was a little less, quite frankly, but that's all right. Anyway, yes, so they're going to work on getting him back in. Meanwhile, hello, Twitch, and hello, Sputnik. Now we can actually breathe.
I'm still here. Yeah, you've just been going on a little talking point, so I just sat back. But nonetheless, it's been a great game. We have 2 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock. It's anyone's game. Getting Knife Rich back in right now, so they should be starting it up again. But really a fair match with some great plays, with some 2v1s in the bubble. Really great execution for both teams.
Yeah, not too shabby at all. It's really back and forth. No one pulling ahead by a ton, just mostly shot for shot, speed for speed. And they've got the need. Here is, again, 2:50 on the clock, and they will joust out here for Genesis with the disc offensively. See what they do.
So Genesis with joust advantage of this countdown happening. We'll see who takes that QB position.
Off the wrong tube. They do adjust a little bit at least, but they look like they were going for the neutral joust perhaps. Seems like, yeah, they will lose it as a result, at least for a moment, but now actually diving out for it, so take that back as it's taken back by Kaznaz into the intercept by Jada Baker.
So with that trench pass, not able to find its destination and into the hands of Late Toast, who tries to clear it through tube, and it's a scramble for the disc from this Genesis team.
Going over to the bow tie now. Defense, few players there in the bubble. One just approaching on the outer edge. There's Jada Baker trying to make a pass over. H-Money does get it through, and it's a 1-point game again. Back and forth. Pretty relentless, both of these teams.
Some great possession in and outside the bubble. Getting that forward progress on the goalie and the pass, the screen pass right in front of him. H-Money with the shot at 5 meters.
Lanzan in the chat saying, I changed my mind. I want Genesis to win this one. Why the change of heart? It's pretty competitive. Whoever wins, I just hope we see it continue this competitive streak for the next 10, 20 minutes of this match.
Definitely. It's been a great match, and we're only in the first round. We don't know what the second or the third round might show.
And yeah, and we do have, again, a lot of games on the schedule tonight. 6 foot over Invictus is next. We have Nebula and Wireless Jacks right here going for the attack. Couldn't quite make it. And then ending the night with Infinite versus Nova. So all of those right all in a row as they go for a pass right all in a row. Anchor shot taken out. Good save by H-Money.
H-Money following up with a clear, and this boost back by Nebula under heavy pressure, getting stunned out. Now they have the shot attempt. They will take it at 10 meters. H-Money SD following up from the shot from before. Really showing up in this first round, taking his team into the lead.
That was just a series of excellent plays. First it was H-Money on the anchor shots. Then we saw some boosting and leeches in the middle. I think it was Jada Baker as well as H-Money. Then H-Money finally got the shot. So that was really well done on their part to take this late lead. Only 39 seconds left. They've got the 2, so let's see what Nebula can do if they can force an OT or win it.
So they will give up possession into the bubble of this Genesis team. Genesis just needs to play with possession. They need to not make any mistakes, maintain this lead for the next 20 seconds. Maybe getting the shot attempt here. It will be wide, and they will give it up off the back of the backboard.
So staying alive because of that miss, but then this regrab into the shot, missing as well. Time just about running out. Just need to go for the quickest of clears and maybe a boost and just cross your fingers. But now time definitely out as it goes into the pocket. So squeezing by with a victory is Genesis. One last fling, but one last save by Late Toast.
A great challenge from that goalie, able to stop that last score from happening. So it looks like we'll go into round 2. Looking like a great matchup should follow just as much as this first round. Genesis able to come back from behind and take the first round against Nebula.
And I'm going to try and ping these teams as well real quick because the clock will not be correct if they continue to play on this because of that reset. And it was set to whatever it was, 250 or something. So fingers crossed again that they'll realize that they need to reset again, because if not, they'll know in another 2.5 minutes from now. Anyway,
hopefully they'll figure it out and they'll save us from this wait.
Yeah, because right now they're set on 250, so I pinged them a couple times in Discord, but so far no resets coming through. So
we need to restart.
Oh yes,
restart.
They recognize it. Good.
Restart.
All right. Well, cheers to them for checking their pings. I know it's not something I necessarily expect all the time in the middle of a match, so it's kind of, you just hope that the teams remember when it does come time to do it. But they did, so we're good to go.
There we are, and we should have the start of the second round happening just in a few seconds as they are now talking in the arena, and they seem to get ready up. We will now have the start of the second round.
Yep, or at least pretty soon anyway. Let's see, is there an countdown, or not seeing one quite yet, but we'll wait a second here and see what's what. Wish I could read off some stats for you, but alas, cannot. Can tell you though.
About the Quest Alpha? Can we talk about that? Is that a thing?
Well, what we know about it, simply that it's coming. That's about it. The signups went live this morning. It was announced for the community, so you can check out the Discord announcements channel, the Echo VR Discord. You can see a link to that, by the way, like actually in that ticker down below on the score screen right here. Yeah, right there. It's sliding by on the left side right now. So that's a link to the Echo VR Discord, although I assume majority of people watching at the moment should already be there. But
yep, I'm probably sure that it's about 100% of the people watching already in the Discord.
I never know. I've seen a small smattering of like new people here and there, but I would assume 90% at least, 95. But yeah, all right, here we go. So there was a little intermission still after that reset, but round 2 is now about to be underway. First one taken by Genesis, 11-9. Second one, we'll see. So taking
with possession
is Sputnik.
All right, so with possession, Kaznaz and Tube sending it down into that bubble of Genesis. Genesis will recover it. Knife Rich going for that clear. Will not be able to find it as it bounces back towards that bubble.
And all the way back, in fact, to the goal just about as Knife Rich takes it out. Sends a pass over to Jay Tabeka. He's fading back and maybe just going forward here for the grab. It's Kaznaz being met with a punch. And Caden trying to meet the disc with a slap as it's grabbed back here by Chocolate. Just resetting to the deep back line to Late Toast.
So Late Toast will take it up through mid. Try and find a pass, try and find these short opportunities to lengthen their stretched offense against this Genesis defense. So taking his time at double, trying to fake that defender, finding him on floor, Sweet Tooth, trying to find another pass, trying to find a cross pass, any type of shot. Will go off the backboard and be slammed in by Chocolate.
Nice one. Could have been very well a shot attempt or a pass attempt. Either way, recognizing there for Sweet Tooth that he had a couple teammates all in the area. So you got to figure, hey, I'll just throw it in the general direction, and it's bound to go in somewhere that I like.
Yeah, he approached Bubble looking for a pass and then realized there was a lot of interference on the goalie. Decided to throw it in that direction, and luckily one of his players just was able to pick it up and put it right in for the dunk.
Ooh, really good contest there from a trio of players there for Nebula, looks like. So they do get the clear. There's the immediate boost, though, from Genesis. Again, talking about how fast Nebula is, but Genesis is no slouch at all either.
So Jada Baca will find that clear, and they will find the end of that clear and the shot at 5 meters, Caden, to put his team on the board and tie it up. with 6 minutes remaining.
And that right there is that aforementioned speed. So paying dividends, and it's a 2-2 game, 2 minutes through this second round. It's a lot of twos.
6 minutes, 2 minutes, I cannot read the clock anymore. But late toast with possession to bring it up through mid, try and find a pass opportunity. Stunning that Genesis player at mid as well, but able to apply pressure as soon as he comes out of that stun and sending it back to Chocolate.
And now up to Kaznaz over the bow tie. The players here for Genesis starting to retreat, at least a couple of them, into the bubble area. Some good coverage, very good in fact, from Genesis as that shot goes astray. That was some excellent defense right along that edge of the bubble for them.
Able to maintain that strong bubble defense, Genesis has not allowed Nebula to get set up to get the pass opportunities they want in front of goal or any screen attempts on goal.
And even here again, there's some more good defense. They're just really making it difficult with that stalwart defense. It's the stacks now. They boost coming through, trying to grab it. But there's again the speed from H Money, this time on another 2-point breakaway goal.
Excellent movement from Genesis, able to play in transition to challenge that Nebula defense in their bubble, make the reception and the dunk and the shot at 1 meter.
They're feeling pretty good right now, really giving Nebula a little bit of their own medicine with those stacks. So got to commend them for it here as they do try and collect back, but it'll just be a turnover again. So maybe momentum starting to shift to Genesis, but Sweet Tooth does get this intercept too, at least denied, and stave it off for a little bit.
So Nebula trying to bait that defender out of position, which they will, sending it up to Kaznaz, who will play along the wall. They're trying to get this Genesis defense out of position and challenge them in the bubble. So far, they haven't had much success, but they're looking to try and do that with this short ground passing.
And so once again, this time it's Jada Baker really causing some trouble here and some panic for Nebula, but looking good on the swing around play, but even better on the save away, and that is a layaway for H Money as it sails to Nebula's side.
And again, they will boost back. They will beat this Nebula defense into position. They'll send it to Nest. They're going to try and find an attempt maybe at post as he cuts in for the shot, trying to juke that defender, and he will at 4 meters. H Money SD.
So really starting to build up some steam for Genesis. I know it's only a 4-point game. It's 6-2. Still plenty of time in round 2, but just feels like on either end of the floor, Genesis really clamping down on the defense. They're really hunkering down on the offense with some good boosting and passes. They're doing a little bit of everything that's going their direction now in a positive way for Genesis. There's a steal now and a shot. So that one might even have a chance just based off another stack. Sputnik, they're lightning quick.
Genesis is playing smart. They're playing great in transition when they get it, the disc, because they consistently beat this Nebula offense and defense on boosting. Even when they get possession, they slow it down, get their offense set up, get methodical passing plays, and then they get decent shots on goal. So it was just a great effort from Genesis.
So Nebula looking to rebound a bit. They already lost that first round there. And trying to come back after what was a tough last couple weeks for them. But it kind of applies to both these teams. But over here, we'll sail once again. Another attempt, but just off and being pressured over and over at every corner. And just can't have anything fall right now.
And keeping that pressure on this offense is Genesis. They're keeping the pressure on, not allowing them to easily get in the bubble, not allowing them to get set up, and they're making the shots. As they missed that attempt right there. He had the right idea, not able to find the execution, and Sweet Tooth is able to put it in at 5 meters for 2.
Yeah, the goalie there was trying to read that, did make the dive, as you can see there, but just a bit misread on the dive, so did open up the goal wide open for Sweet Tooth, and that's perhaps the goal they need, the bucket they need to start feeling a little bit better here to make a late game comeback.
But Genesis is doing all the right things, all these players playing really with their head in the game. But Kaznaz is able to take that possession through tube, try and find something outside of tube. It will bounce around, and they will scramble for possession against this wall.
There goes the speed right there for Nebula trying to take that back. It's late toast, gets it over to Kaznaz. Another quick pass. That one's going to be tough because of the stack bothering at bow tie, but Kaznaz still looking in position to grab it back and find a teammate over in the backboard area, but another tough one will sail out.
but getting it at that back line is late toes, trying to get his team set up, trying to get a good offensive push towards that goal, and they will.
Oh,
but the
wow.
save from H-Money SD just stops that attempt in its tracks in this clear out. Will they be able to chase it down and get it right into that goal?
Looks like Nebula does with a soft reset just past the hands of Kaznaz. He needs to be careful. Caden's in the area, so couldn't convert on the offense there, but H-Money again showing that he's not only a really strong offensive player, but defense too. He's had a couple of very nice grabs in the goal to save it for his team, and maybe opening up another play here if they can rebound it, but overshooting.
And getting that stun and possession, Sweet Tooth going for another clear, seeing if his team Nebula can get this disc. But again, Genesis just beats them to it with the fast play and transition, the fast stacks, and just a great methodical play.
Yeah, and a pair of players for Genesis there coming out the catapult, both of them, and lining up the open shot, but the light not green enough, it looks like, so being stopped by the backboard, and then back to the intercept to Knife Rich.
So Knife Rich will throw it off the geometry into the hands of Kaznaz, the goalie of Nebula. Not able to find that clear through mid, it will now sail back towards their bubble.
And a big pileup forming, everyone just going for the punches instead of the disc, all 4 players pretty much. So it will be a wash there, and trying to wash away some of this panicked play as Chocolate with a clear, but does go back to Knife Rich on Genesis' side, and another clear, turning into maybe even a shot off of this bounce, who knows.
So a lot of clear and boosting, a lot of just clearing. They have this 4-point lead. They're just going to keep giving up possession because they know that their bubble defense is strong enough to stop all these attempts from Nebula.
But you know what? Despite all of this great defense from Genesis, and it has been really strong, it's still only a 4-point advantage. Now, really, Nebula, if they can just collect a little bit and slow it down, and I know it's a hard task because of the defense, but, you know, a minute left, they can make up 2 goals, but it does need to be just quick and calculated.
They need to get clears that will be finished up by following boosts. They need to get more organized, and it starts with a lot of stuff. And you just got to find these boosts, and they try to find that shot, and it will go wide and bounce back towards mid.
And another tough angle on that one. 54 seconds, still some time. Let's see if they can make another play. There's from the top corner, late toast, going to be stunned and diving out. Jada Baker, but steal, very important steal from Kaz if he can find a teammate. Looking like it's going to be a close one as some close range leeches go out. A sling goes out, but look again, Knife Rich on the defense on Sweet Tooth. So it was a good pass by Chocolate, I think it was, but again, the defense from Genesis has honestly been insane.
Genesis really keeping a tight defense, not allowing this team to get through the bubble perimeter that they keep setting up, but able to find some distance is Kaznaz getting that shot at 6 meters to make it a 2-point game.
Yeah, but just very unfortunate because the time not on the side, it is out about even up here on the launch with the game clock, so it will be a win in 2 rounds for Genesis based off that.
As that clock runs out, yeah, you called it. It's a sweep. Genesis able to maintain a very good defense, not allow Nebula to get the shot attempts that they wanted, applying pressure. H-Money SD making some terrific saves, able to apply pressure in and outside of the goal, find their boosts, find their stacks, play in transition. Genesis just did a great job, and I could say so much, but I had to cut it short. They really did a great job, and they deserved this victory.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Nebula made it a close one, and like I said, even despite the great defense, it's not like this was a blowout situation. I mean, look at the scoring differentials. It was 11-9 in round 1. It was 8-6. That's 4 points total. So despite the fact that Nebula just had a hard time on offense, you know, Genesis still, it wasn't a decisive victory. So props to both teams, but Genesis especially for just managing to finish it out strong.
Yeah, I definitely don't want it to sound like it's a blowout, but it was just some great play from Genesis. It was a really great match. Both teams really put their all into it, and Genesis was just able to maintain their composure in defense, able to keep things slowed down, play in transition, and really come away with that win.
Absolutely. So I do know these 2 teams, at least Nebula quite often goes for some of those post-game celebrations and handshakes and stuff, but we do actually have a game up again, right up next, 6 foot over and Invictus. So with that, we are going to take just the briefest of intermissions, try to get ourselves good and arranged for the next match. And yeah, so join us on the other side, and we'll be right back shortly.
hear this as well. I am hearing a pretty intense game of rock, paper, scissors going on somewhere around this arena.
This guy ain't nothing. This guy ain't nothing.
I'm just gonna be quiet and watch.
Rock, paper,
As we're gonna. Hey, I was gonna cast it. Good cross pass now going to Strem as they just trying to set themselves up for some offense. Strem though, that good man defense coming from Infinite as Magnow coming in. He's gonna do some spinning around into the hands of Flubber. He's gonna get that to Strem, and Strem gonna put that one in.
So Q rolls out, gets it over to Ender. Finding a pass over to midline. Speedy takes that soft one right back up to Ender, so good look to hit him in his stride. Another good pass there to QL Young, and he'll go for that just head-on goal. Ender's receiving that one. Great save from Alduin. Another save! Alduin again! Again! Ridiculous! 3 consecutive saves head on. Going in and finally gets a goal, but it was not easy at all. All right, hello everybody. Sorry for that delay. Quite a late start on this one, right at the 15-minute line. But we're here. We're ready. Going with a game between will be 6 foot over, and Invictus. And so see what we got here. Joining us, or joining me, I should say, is SputnikKobra. I'm Palidore, of course. Here for our second match of the night. Again, apologies for the delay. We're still going to try and get everything done as long as people are willing to wait. But indeed, we're just going to get started on this one real quick. So how's it going, Sputnik, after that intermission?
It's going well. We were just waiting, and I was singing, and we were killing the time. But
You're
now
killing
with
me.
possession, with Citrus making that clear. But this fast stack, overshooting it, able to find it, getting stunned out. And with possession is the Law in that bubble, trying to go for that shot off the inner backboard, but saved by Grief. It's stolen right back, and going for another shot attempt, and cleaning it back up is the Law. So with 3 consecutive shot attempts, finally finding on the third one at 2 meters.
Took a little bit, but they got it all right. Some good saves there from Grief, or a good save, and then the, I guess, stat padding for the Law. Gets a shot, gets his own rebound, and then the shot for real.
Able to get all those rebounds and succeed in getting that shot attempt and that possession attempt. But getting it and throwing it across the map is Invictus, able to find it off the wall, but not able to secure it as it goes into the hands of Swaggernuts, trying to find that target, and intercepted by the Law.
Now some grabs going in here for the Law. He's going to get there maybe first off the redirect. Does get there, in fact. So the Law taking that. Already has a teammate. That's a Vanzi, but doesn't quite make the shot. Unfortunate miss, but a good re-grab. So another rebound and shot to the Law.
Cleaning up from Vanzi's little ding, finding it right across from the sneeze guard, and getting that shot at 2 meters.
Ah, yes, this sneeze guard, indeed. So the Law just back-to-back put-backs. And finding success here in the first couple minutes. It is 2 quick goals for 6 foot over as the Invictus, this new team here, not new players, but a newer team in this league, does roll out and actually maybe loses its disc. Let's see who gets it back. It will be a Grief there, just trying to get it out of the bubble at least. And he does.
So Swaggernuts now getting stunned out, sending that pass as the Law, trying to find his teammate on that cut. Won't be able to find his destination as it's slapped out by this Invictus defense.
And now everyone trying to get that mobility together, but everyone also overshooting a little bit, a lot bit, as the disc gets picked up by Cyanide, and now they'll spread out to look for those passing lanes. Will be contested very well, though, by the Law, and gets another one of those clears into the other side.
So as these boosts try to come out, it will be the advantage. Give it to 6 foot over, and then we'll get an uncontested shot as the Law, with all the points, I believe, as he just rings that disc in the goal at 1 meter.
Yeah, just spinning it around, little washing machine style for the goal, and that's 6 points here in the first 3 minutes. All on behalf of the Law, for that matter.
A strong showing from 6 foot over, maintaining this 6-point lead with 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining.
And there's the stack here, also trying to bother some more. At the moment, Swaggernuts taking this away, and Swagger looking down for the pass. Doesn't get it, but Grief, the rebound, and another dish off before the stun.
So Princess to Swagger, playing the ceiling game, trying to stretch out this defense that is 6 foot over, but not able to make any errors as they try and move it up. They send to the back line. Grief will now wait for his teammates to get into a position.
Yeah, just looking around. They are down by 6, but still got 6 minutes left here. And just kind of waiting. The thing about this, these delay plays, of course, if they go for a nice pass actually to Cyanide. There you go, Swagger to Cyanide for a first 2.
Grief holding at that back line, waiting for his team to get set up, and that's just what they did. Cyanide cutting in below that goal, finding that dunk attempt, putting his team on the board. It's a 4-point game with 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining.
Uh-oh, and someone accidentally, Cyanide looks like, accidentally switching around, unless they're trying to communicate something. Just in case, we'll bring up the stats if they get a reset. Looks like no, so just maybe an accidental, sorry, it wasn't Cyanide, I think it was Leaf around, but regardless, an accidental switch up. That was unfortunate.
So with this possession in the backfield, Leaf around, we'll send it up to Vanzi. Vanzi trying to find it across to Citrus. This nice consecutive passing, they're moving up as a team, but making an error and not able to capitalize on it is Invictus as they boost back, able to recover it, keep that forward progression happening.
Some nice passing and the positioning really nice as well. Just going straight in and dishing it off real quick to leaf around, but another one of those dings. Let's see, where's the law? He's been getting these rebounds all day. There's the short-range grab as he's going to try and contest Princess, and Princess getting stunned. So that disc in another castle, I guess, but Swagger trying to boom it in from deep, and what a shot from Swagger.
Absolutely great shot. Nice little underhand release at 45 meters. It's a 1-point gain now. And with 4 minutes, 40 seconds remaining, they can take this back. Invictus is showing that they've got what it takes.
That was a hot shot from Swagger. Nuts, a very nuts shot, if nothing else, as it goes here to Citrus and then the Law. Right on across for some passes to Vanzi, but a turnover gets back to Cyanide, and Invictus will take it back on the offense.
So sending it to that back line into the hands of Grief. Grief trying to find it through tube. Not able to collect it, and into the hands of the Law.
So some more just back and forth play. The control here not really being had on this particular joust so far, but now getting it back. Lining up, trying to get rid of the disc. Another ding off the backboard this time, as there was some heavy contest, but you know what? You know the rest. It's Vanzi, rebound, and goal. The rebound's big story here for 6 foot over.
So back to a 3-point game. It's still anyone's game to tie this up. Joust advantage to Invictus. What can they do with their rollout? They need to keep that forward progression. They need to make things happen quickly. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining.
Well, that is the question. We'll see. It's still a tight game. If we can see what more of those Swagger shots, could have ourselves a tie. But unfortunately, it's Leaf around just taking it back, and right back on the offense they go.
So Leaf around with possession, trying to pull that defender out of position, making an error and trying to capitalize on it is Invictus. They need these points. They need these 3 points, and chasing that disc, but not able to find that stun and sending it to the goalie with Leaf around with the clear.
And again, some more just back and forth possession changes, getting stuck here at the middle a little bit. Coming away with it, Citrus, the deep pass to Vanzi. And Vanzi, the crossover to the Law. So the Law, he's been having a great game, and what a great pass that was. It's Citrus, the ding, the dunk, and now just breaking this open for at least a couple goal lead. 5 points.
Talk about crashing the net. They had at least 3 players. That goalie from Invictus couldn't challenge all of them. 2 players, 3 players crashing the net. Citrus finding the pass and getting the dunk.
And right here, it's Invictus trying to launch out again. They're trying to close this off. They don't want to give up any more of those goals, especially with only 2.5 left. So if they can come back, that would be a good thing for them. Just need a couple points. Don't even need a 3. But I want to find some rhythm.
So Strabinski saying 52 viewers. Yeah, it keeps bouncing up and down. We've got a lot of viewers, and we plan to keep them for the remainder of tonight. And finding that clear through that tube and into the hands of Swagger Nuts, trying to keep it out of their bubble, trying to at least get some forward progress with 2 minutes remaining, get some points on the board. They will get that possession, but they will send an errant pass and will bounce back towards the mid.
But look at how fast right now, just for 6 foot over, they're going all over the floor, if nothing else. Should call them 80 meters over, because the whole floor seems like it's theirs at the moment. Although Invictus trying to change that with some offense again.
So the Law with possession again, finding that clear through mid, trying to find that boost as Invictus finds it in the tube, trying to get this forward progress under pressure, sending it back to double diamonds.
That was a good look there. Grief trying to get that pass off. Oh, was looking precise, but the bounce just through the hands and through the wicket. So into the thicket now on the boost. Look at the redirects as well. 6 foot over, looking really nice in the mobility, but couldn't quite collect the disc on time. So once again, back into the mid area, and coming away is a Leaf.
So Leaf trying to find that pass, bouncing off Trench. It will now be 6 foot over scrambling for possession. They have this 5-point advantage. They have a minute remaining on the clock, and they go for that shot attempt, but the save from Swagger Nuts in the clear. They need to get these boosts. They need to get out of their bubble and find shot attempts.
Everyone right now just looking for each other on these regrabs to get some speed, meeting each other head on as Vanzi along there with some players for Invictus. He does get a clear on through. Right now these stacks all split apart for 6 foot over, so Invictus should be able, never mind, because here comes a shot, and it will find the time. 12-5, 30 seconds left, and first round should go here indeed to 6 foot over.
30 seconds remaining. There isn't enough time to come back. The time will run out, and the first round will go to 6 foot over. So, what does Invictus need to do this second round, do you think, Palidore?
I think they need to win. Is that too broad?
It's a very broad statement, but they need to play in a transition as well as 6 foot over. 6 foot over has had some really good forward progression, really good pass attempts, possession attempts. Everything that they've done has been really organized compared to Invictus.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you saw for 6 foot over, they were really buying themselves a lot of extra points just based on the rebounds. Basically, you had some dings, some misses, but they were really persistent in chasing the rebounds, and that's what got them, that early momentum. And they just kept building on it all the way through to the end.
The Law making multiple shots in the first 5 minutes, able to make 2 consecutive dings, follow up, find the rebounds, and get the shot attempts. Was able to really clean up for his team with the small errors they made in the first round, and then Citrus coming through in the second half of the first round and really cleaning up for the rest of the team. A really good attempt and a good performance from 6 foot over.
Yeah, sorry, I'm drinking there, but
yeah, let me get some water as well.
Yeah, again, ladies and gents, a lot of action tonight. We Monday had the 1 game, Tuesday we had 1 game, tonight we have 4. So this is the second of our 4. Again, following this, we still have Nebula and Wireless Jacks. Hoping to get to that before too long. Will be a slight delay, so hopefully the teams are willing to wait. Got a lot of people waiting to watch them for sure, so we're excited. Then we'll be finishing the night with Infinite versus Nova. But right now, we're just going to the second round of Nebula, or of 6 foot over and Invictus. So far, 6 foot over, the early 1 game advantage.
Looking like the Law is going to come out be the MVP of this round again. That's my prediction. So with the Joust advantage, neutral Joust underway, possession will go to Cyanide VR as he clears it out into the hands of Citrus.
So Citrus grabbing it, looking for that pass as the boost tries to go underway here. Splitting off now for Invictus, trying to cover off those zones just around the bubble as everyone tries to retreat. Seeing kind of some good man coverage here. Right there, though, getting a little bit lost. Citrus, well, there's a loss and there's the found. So Citrus gets the first 2 here for 6 foot over.
Good passing, floor to shoulders. Citrus able to beat that defender, find that shot at 4 meters, get it through 2 defenders of Invictus. A great performance, a great start with 9 minutes, 15 seconds remaining.
And Grief will take this here, send it over to Princess. And Princess, again, one of these players, as applies to a lot of the new ones in the league. We have a lot of familiar names but new teams, and Princess is another one of those who've just been around for quite a while but getting involved here in VRML on Invictus. They did make their debut last week, and just kind of seeing if they can build their name up here for all the new viewers and all the people tuning in this week.
So that pass will be lost. These stuns will come out, be slapped through the tube into the backfield of Invictus as these boosts come out, trying to chase it. And finding it will be a member of 6 foot over, but will be stolen by Invictus, and the clear will try and go through mid.
I can see Invictus here. They're pretty conscious of going for those stacks at the moment, seeing if they can line this one up together. That's a beautiful leash, but even a better shield. Losing it off, though, the teammate there. Princess and Swagger both getting stunned. The Law kind of showing the Law, and yeah, putting it in the books for maybe another clear, maybe another shot attempt if they can get back. But look at how speedy both these teams are. But the shot not in on that one until the rebound here does go through.
So that pass will go back to Bowtie, but they will be stunned out as Invictus will try and chase down this disc, try and find this shot through tube, and it will go through tube, it will bounce high, and it will bounce back towards mid.
So everyone just all over the floor, back and forth. Getting it back here, the Law looking for a clear, and again looking for some boosts. I know you see, again, the speed. You asked what can Invictus do better, I think is, I mean, they already have the speed at play in this second round, but I think maybe now looking for some more passes, good passing plays that could buy them some easier goals here against what otherwise has been, really some nice defense from 6 foot over and just pressuring hard.
So Swagger Nuts will wait at wall, try and find a pass attempt. It will miss his destination, and it will bounce towards the other player of Invictus. They're trying to get these passes. They're under heavy coverage. They will send it to Double Diamonds at the back line.
So up high goes Princess, seeing if they can find a goal. It will be a roll-in from Cyanide. A bit uncontested on that one almost. Just walked it in for a swinging dunk.
So it's now tied up, 6 minutes on the board. Joust advantage to this 6-foot-over team. They were so dominant in the first round. They're looking to come back and looking to keep the lead in the second round. With QB going to Leaf around, who's going to hold that nest, try and find an attempt at the wall, finds that destination. They're trying to get this stack from Invictus out of position, and they're going to go deep. Will they find the shot, this one-on-one with the goalie in the bubble? And they will find the shot. Vanzi at 5 meters.
Really nice roll up the floor all the way to and fro, and they flowed for the goal. That was just perfect deliveries on each one of these passes, all the way from their end of the floor over on 6-foot-over side, right here to Invictus' side. Very efficient, gave them a great opportunity at the goal, and that's the kind of team play here that you like to see, and especially for 6-foot-over, just getting better and better each week of the season.
Definitely great play as 6-foot-over does get possession at that offensive attempt from Invictus. They're going to have this advantage down court. They have a player at nest. They have a player at trench. What are they going to go for? They're going to go for that nest shot. Now they have this one-on-one with the goalie, and they'll find it at the bottom pocket.
And again, just a good pass. Not a particularly difficult one, but just the right one. Got it to the exact spot needed to be. They found themselves the good walk-in goal. Just head on to the goalie. Those are the best percentage opportunities that you can get as an offensive player. If you can just feel free to walk it in really close.
Some very good play in transition. 6-foot-over able to play a little bit better in transition than this Invictus team. Invictus setting to the back line, trying to trench, trying to find that person at post who then brings it to the cross pass. Princess now making an attempt at getting stunned in the bubble, and Vanzi taking possession with the clear.
Now, the initial regrab is missing from that stack over there for 6 foot, but the second stack was on the way, trying to contest, looking for the footing, or the handles, I suppose you could call it, and Vanzi dodging through with a good move and just trying to still dodge a second time, but has it snagged out of there by Swagger. He made that deep shot earlier. This one's going to be initially off. It's going to go close to the goal and be rebounded on the other side. Here by the wedge, it's Princess.
So Princess will hold that wall, trying to find that cross pass, trying to pull this defense from 6-foot-over out of position, and they can't get these pass attempts as it rings outside of the bubble, but they will pick it up, and they will get stunned in this flurry of punches and this very tight defense as they try to make something happen.
A good job maneuvering for them right on through. I mean, 6-foot-over not making it easy at all. There's a good stun from Grief just to buy Princess a little bit of time. A little bit of comfort going in here for an aggressive move, but stolen out again this time. Vanzi, there's a clear, and look at that. 2 stacks immediately available for the boost, but unfortunately the clear not quite precise enough, so Grief gets it right back.
So under pressure, they will send it to Trench. It will bounce wide. That upper Trench pass, not able to find its destination. Being picked up off the wall, being slapped. It's now a scramble for possession in the lower Trench. Cyanide able to find it, trying to wait for his team to get in possession, trying to pull this 6-foot-over defense out of position, make something happen, find an advantage, find a crack in their defense.
They've been trying awfully hard, but there it goes, finally. So Grief getting the shot open here. Goalie did dive, but just not quite on line. So finally, what a volley that was, though.
a definite good attempt from this Invictus team, able to find their passes when they need them and recognize when they have the shot attempts that are favorable.
I mean, you can look at that right there as really close on that. But just about a full minute of advantage in possession time for Invictus thus far. So Invictus did lose that first round, and they are down by 2 right now. But they have been holding on to the disc actually longer than 6-foot-over despite that.
So with that slap out from Invictus, they're going to try and chase it down, but at that back line, will they find it? They'll get that shot attempt that will be wide, and they will chase it again with their secondary stack. They need this. They need these points, and they will find it off the backboard at 8 meters. Swagger Nuts from Cyanide.
And that was a solid boost and grab there, reading it, and then no hesitation off that backboard before the defense could do anything but helplessly watch it go through. So 2 minutes left, 6-6. Exciting game. Strembitsky over there in the chat saying good passes and swag. I know Strem, when you're talking to him on the podcast the other night, he was giving Swag lots of props, and he's been having himself a good game.
So this quick stack from... They will this quick stack from Invictus, but they will throw that pass. They will throw that shot through the mid into the hands of Leaf Around. Leaf Around will now try and find that clear attempt.
And with less than 2 minutes left, every single goal is going to be super important. Going for a hesitation, and there's a proclamation on the goal, putting his flag down and up by 2 for 6 foot over.
Definitely a good use of proclamation. Wasn't expecting that. Definitely has to be one of your better lines.
I have many. Not all of them make sense, but they sound nice.
They definitely do sound nice, and with just advantage to Invictus. Invictus trying to find that pass through the two, but will sail past their teammates into Trench and be picked up by Citrus.
Citrus looking for that one, and it's a shot just off that post. So again, we've seen a few of those from 6 foot over, losing out on some points throughout these 2 rounds. It hasn't mattered yet, but it could be damaging here if they don't get it together in the end, because it's only a 2-point game, less than a minute left.
Sending it back to that back line, the Law holding. They need to make a shot attempt. They need to extend their lead, and they will find it. Leaf Around at 3 meters off the post. A great shot attempt, a great play from this 6 foot over team.
That is exactly what they needed to maybe secure this victory. I mean, 4 points. They already took round 1, 12-5, and yeah, the time not on the side of Invictus, despite that, some good goals here. It's just a 6 foot over in the clutch, perhaps, trying to deny one more attempt from Invictus.
20 seconds remaining. It's looking like this will go to 6 foot over. They will have the first round win, the second round win, and they will take the series. But Cyanide VR making that forward progress. They're going to send it back. They're going to miss that pass. It will sail through Trench to mid, and it's looking like this is in the hands of 6 foot over.
Yeah, that seems to be the story indeed. They're going to try and get this disc one more time, but not quite, and that will sail through. So it's 10-6 victory in 2 rounds. You can hear the GGs going through from everyone involved. Always good to hear, always good to see.
I have them muted, so I'm not hearing anything, but nonetheless, I'm sure that they're saying it was a good game because it looked like one from our perspective.
Oh, absolutely. So Invictus not quite able to get it done there, but still a valiant showing for sure. Same with last week, in fact. They're again, new team. They just had their debut last week. 6 foot over has been here all season. So, the chemistry factor, it's always going to be one of those things. And 6 foot over definitely been building that noticeably over the weeks. It took them a little bit of time, but they're really coming along as the weeks go by.
As Trubitsky says, everyone get their favorite drinks and come back for the next couple games. I'm going to grab some water.
Yeah,
so can you lead us off, Palidore?
That's the caster's favorite drink for sure, at least when I'm on the booth. So, yes, we have Nebula and Wireless Jax coming up right quickly here. Nebula, of course, we saw them in that match just earlier in the night versus Genesis. But see if they can come back against a Wireless Jax team ready to begin soon. So, brief intermission we're going to take, and hopefully invites and all that stuff is good to go. And we'll be back before you know it. So, yes, join us again really, really soon. Hello, everyone. Okay, welcome back. See, took no time at all. This time we are just well and ready to go. Everyone here in the match. I'm Palidore. This is SputnikKobra right beside me. This is VR Master League. And how you feeling about this match, Sputnik?
I think it's going to be another great match. We've had some really good matches. We're just coming fresh off that Invictus versus
6 foot over.
whoever. 6 foot over. I totally forgot. I totally had a mind blank. But now with Joust, neutral Joust underway, it will be slapped out by Wireless Jacks towards that bubble to be picked up. And the shot attempt will be stopped by Kazdaz with that clear through tube.
Man, you got to watch out for those. Right off the bat, Wireless Jacks wasting no time at all. They are one of the faster, not fastest teams off that neutral Joust, I think. They have a very consistently speedy rollout. And I say this a lot, though. And you'll see here, offense, though. First Chocolate going in, and there's the first couple.
So Nebula will find that 2v1 advantage against the goalie. Goalie will come out and try and challenge Chocolate, but not find the punch as Chocolate just puts it in at 1 meter.
So good start there for Nebula, coming off that game about an hour ago as well. We saw them on stream facing off against the Genesis. Here, though, will.i.am rolling out. And as I was mentioning about Wireless Jacks, you'll almost see it pretty consistently each game. There'll be these times, even on the defensive Joust, where they cause so many turnovers on offensive advantage teams just because of their speed.
Definitely Wireless Jacks now with possession, trying to find that pass down court. They'll find will.i.am, they'll make that cross pass as this defense from Nebula gets into possession, not allowing them to get in the bubble just so easily.
Not easily at all here. There as Kaznaz comes through the clear off to the other side, and there are some players all boosting for every team involved, getting their first late toast. Open goal converted. 5 points to open this one up for Nebula.
Some quick play at 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Really taking the lead is this Nebula team showing up from their first game today, which I believe they lost. We did watch Nebula versus Genesis. Genesis took that game and that series in 2. So looking to come back from that is Nebula, and starting this with a lead. They already warmed up, they're ready to play, and they're ready to take this series.
Oh, for sure. You know they want to come back. Oh, nice short-range passes actually there from Wireless Jacks. Kaznaz, though, getting knocked right back to the Jacks. It will be had by Gilligan as they spread throughout the floor. All 4 members now just kind of rising up from that floor area, looking for some crosses. You got to love the passing at play right now, Sputnik.
And getting that stun in the bubble is Chocolate with that clear through mid. Will sail through and bounce into that bubble of Wireless Jacks.
And again, with that speed to get the disc back, if nothing else, so undoing for any mistakes, or if nothing else, not even a mistake so much as a good play from Nebula. But Wireless Jack's just doing a good job to undo any of that with the speed, purely.
And with that close shot attempt, it will sail back into the hands of Wireless Jacks.
Oh,
Picked
no.
up and will be dinged off the lower part of that crossbar and be followed up with a clear from Kaznaz.
That was such a nice grab, but almost so quick on the shot, didn't even have time to line it up. Really, Kaznaz kind of the same, a quick release on that one, still getting it back, and now 1 in the goal. It's Blitz there, but taking it, actually not making it though because of the stuns. Akami now is getting it out to the pockets as everyone just drowns each other with all this defense and all these punches.
So Sweet Truth trying to find his player Kaznaz at double. We'll send it past Bowtie. We'll go into that trench. We'll go into the bubble. It will be missed by many players. It will be slapped out by Wireless Jacks.
So late toast slowly trying to float to it. Not really any available leeches. Now back tapped out to the midline. Some Wireless Jacks players there for the recovery. It is Akami now looking for a cross, but look at that grab by Kaznaz, but gets stunned again. We've seen that from Kaz a few times.
And getting that slap out towards this Wireless Jacks bubble as Wireless Jacks trying to chase it down under pressure. They will send it to mid into the hands of Chocolate. Chocolate will send it back through those boosts and find their players, these great passing, and finding that player, trying to find that player in front of goal. The screen pass will go wide. They'll send it back up. A little disorganized, but finding that stun and getting that slap out attempt is the Akami.
And now getting a grabber, trying to, but no leech at all. So maybe a shot instead will bounce off that barrier. So very close for Wireless Jacks. They've had a couple of those attempts just barely missing, and that is tough because they're feeling good. They're looking good coming out, hot up the gate, but just can't actually convert the goals yet.
And finding it off the ceiling, trying to make this pass attempt off to shoulder, and getting it, Sweet Tooth from Late Toast at 3 meters behind the backboard.
So man, 2.5 minutes, a little bit over just in that round alone, in that series of plays since the last score. So finally, it was Sweet Tooth able to find the open door.
Very strong showing from Nebula, taking a 7-point lead with half the time remaining in this round.
And a lot of time still left to come back. I mean, 5 minutes left. But, yeah, I mean, Wireless Jacks, they're not doing anything particularly wrong, I feel like. They had some nice-looking moves. It's just more so the conversion on the shots, but you got to figure that's not going to last. You know, you mentioned Sputnik, maybe Nebula coming in warmed up. Wireless Jacks, maybe not as much yet. You know, they're coming in for the first match, and there it is with another match to light this one up for a 9-point lead. Nebula.
Nebula able to chase that down. These double stacks, these double boosting, it's very much working out to their advantage, able to play quickly in transition and just outpace this Wireless Jacks team.
See in the chat there as well, Lanzan saying Nebula, they've woken up, and looks like it. Again, they've been having a little bit of, you know, a skid over the last couple of weeks, just not able to find those victories as of yet, but they are looking much more on point and collective right now.
Getting that snag is Gilligan, but they're able to get it back. They'll try and send it through mid. It'll be picked up by Gilligan again to recover it. So Wireless Jacks trying to make something happen, down by 9.
Some good stuns do enable Gilligan to recover here as he just dishes one last one just because he can. Maybe loses his arm in the process, but it will be a dish to the pass here, deep in the bubble, taken by Blitz, but he will be blitzed just the same. And right back to Wireless Jacks. Akami, bounce delivery to Will, right back to Ak, and that was locked and loaded for the goal.
A great give and go, a pass off the ceiling, able to pull this Nebula defense out of position. They kind of incredulously watched these passes happen, and then allowed Akami to get that shot at 4 meters.
It was just a great pass. Again, we've seen a few of those plays that just didn't result in points for Wireless Jacks, but finally they did. And there it is, the stack coming in from the Jacks. And did I call it or what? Just a few minutes ago, every game they have, it seems like there's at least one of those where they turn it over right on top of the nest. They are very quick.
Able to really apply that blitz pressure, not allow that Nebula QB to get anywhere, getting that stun on Nest and getting that shot. Really great performance from Wireless Jacks.
And just mentioned too, I mean, Nebula, they're a speedy team in their own right, but when it comes to those defensive jousts, those neutral jousts, as much as anything, Wireless Jacks just know how to get there with extreme efficiency. But oh, there's an efficient 3 from Kaznaz. Daring move that didn't pay off for the defense.
Was that a punch on top of that shot? I did not see what happened.
It was a pass to Kaz right up there. The defender had just dived out into the bubble, so it was trying to contest it. It was a little bit risky. Didn't pay off that time, but, you know, 2.5 left. It'll be more and more time for a risk on the Jacks' part if they want to come back.
And they will send these passes to the floor now under pressure from these boosts coming in. They'll send it right up. Not able to find its destination, able to find it off the bounce and be picked up. Will.i.am from Gilligan. That dunk off the pass from the backboard. Great pickup by Wireless Jacks, able to play quickly in transition, find the points that they need, and keep pressure on Nebula.
So they're still in it. See if they can cause one of those world-famous turnovers again. We'll just see. In fact, they'll just redirect over here and just see if they can come out hot or not. I mean, there's the stacks. This time they just opt for the mid-range play. And actually, we'll have it be taken away. Will.i.am took the offender, Kaznaz rather, right off guard. That was very quick.
They're trying to find that pass downfield. They will send it back to the goalie off the geometry under heavy pressure from Wireless Jacks. They're going to pick it up, and they're going to go for the shot at that, and they're going to find it at 6 meters. Gilligan putting pressure on that goalie, getting that slap down to Akami, and Akami able to find that shot. It's now a 3-point game.
Beautifully done from the Jacks. So you see, I even followed the defensive joust for the Wireless Jacks. And that time, what did? They just stood back with their first stack, and what it did was actually lull the offense to sleep, and then they were taken completely off guard by just the single boosted player coming in delayed for the steal. That was just a great play by Wireless Jacks.
Wireless Jacks able to turn it up, able to quickly recognize what they need to do to find out how to get ahead. Will.i.am able to get that snag, and this boost will come out from Wireless Jacks. This is what they need. They need to get on the board, and they'll find it above the goal at 0 meters. The dunk from Akami. Great plays. It's now a 1-point game. This is exactly what Wireless Jack needs right now.
How about that? What a late game comeback. They're just on a tear at the moment for Wireless Jacks. Nebula their job right now, hold onto this disc and try just to wedge on by with this 1-point lead. 30 seconds left. If they can just not turn it over, almost did. And see what happens. I mean, less than 30 seconds. There is the Jax. Gilligan lining it up and maybe could be looking for this last goal of the game, Sputnik.
Wireless Jax needs to make it happen, but they'll send an interception cross. 60 seconds remaining, and they'll find the clear through tube. Wireless Jax will chase it down. They need possession. They need to make something happen now. They need to get down court, and it looks like they won't. It looks like this first round will go to Nebula.
And it will indeed. Late Toast just puts it in for that last shot, the narrowest of margins. 3-point victory by all accounts. Just a 1-point victory just about. I mean, that was so down to the wire.
Lansdane calling it now. Wireless Jax is a blowout in the second round.
Well, that's a bold call right there.
A lot of people saying that was a good round. That was a good round, definitely, as Ryan comes in with his emojis.
Great round. Loved it. I mean, you gotta hand it to Nebula because Wireless Jax, they're mounting a comeback, and you can almost feel in those situations, just whether you're playing or whether you're casting. You know, we know as players too, just the hair on the back of your neck standing up. You're feeling a little bit uneasy in those situations. It's like, oh man, just gotta hold on tight, anchor on down, and just wade this flurry from the Wireless Jax. And Nebula just barely managed to with that late game turnover that did turn into that 2-point goal. So. Wireless Jax, great job on the almost comeback, but Nebula, better job. You know, great job to bounce back after the loss earlier in the night in that first series versus Genesis. So, hats off.
Yeah, hats off, helmets off, whatever you're wearing on top of your head, pull it off and show your respect to these teams.
Ooh, I can't do that because then you won't be able to hear me commentate anymore. Or is that the idea?
I don't know. It's open to interpretation, but the second round underway, this neutral joust about to happen. Wireless Jax looking to take possession quickly, trying to get on that board and maybe take the second round.
So trying to make that happen. There's a speed coming in really quick. It's very rare to even see Wireless Jax lose these neutral jousts anymore these days. will.i.am has it from that corner, from the shoulder, rolls it over. First 2 for Wireless.
Wireless Jax definitely getting on that board quickly. 9 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this game. 30 seconds out. We're looking at a defensively dominant Wireless Jax team looking to get on that board.
And just eyeing it down here. They're going to go for that mid-stack. It looks like it might buy them a turnover. It does, so there they go. Grabbing the disc. There's Blitz and a lightly boosted Gilligan trying to take that first with Late Toast. Right on this flank. Rebound there. Tap pass over to Gil. And a great grab. Late Toast right on time.
But Blitz able to read that, clear out, set it back over Bowtie, get that pass behind post. Able not able to find Gilligan, and it will go into the hands of this defense.
And so a lot of grabs will go on, a lot of punches just as well. A lineup looking like a bunch of ants. Of course, never seen ants that fast, but they're trying to get these discs and trying to get these points if they can. There it is again, more punches. And separating out finally, Sweet Tooth looking across and couldn't quite hit the teammate in the stride.
So it will bounce out as it will be a scramble for possession. Will be slapped out towards the end of Nebula as these boosts come out, trying to find it off the ceiling, and they do, trying to find that shot attempt, and they will at that bottom pocket. will.i.am at 19 meters.
What a nice shot from Will. Right in that bottom corner. 5 points for Wireless Jax, so good start. I suppose, who was it, Lanzan that called Jax blowout? I mean, so far keeping the shutout alive, but we'll see. Nebula was looking real good there in the first round for the majority of it. So here comes the rollout and see if they can get something through. But there again, the defense from Jax.
As they will send it to their back line, to their goalie, will.i.am, under pressure. As I hear somebody's microphone's all screwed up in game, but they will find that pass. They will find it into the hands of Late Toast, who will try and make something happen and get stunned. And these double stuns will ring out, and it will be Sweet Tooth with possession.
And just dodging around the Alchemy, trying to defend that one. The pass over to Chocolate. Chocolate being pushed up on, but look at that deep shot from the tunnel. And that is right dead center. What a shot from Chocolate.
exactly what Nebula needs right now. It's the confidence boost. It's the morale boost. It's the great shot. Nothing is better for that team morale than sinking 48-meter shots.
Not only that, I mean, the defense right there in the face. So had to work it around, just hope that they can get it past the hands. That was just a fantastic shot. So Nebula, see if they can buy themselves some momentum off that. If nothing else, they at least got the disc back, and they have a chance again to tie it up, maybe take a lead.
So Wireless Jack's running a great relay loadout from the gates, but not able to find their destination. It will be in the hands of Chocolate. Chocolate under pressure, trying to find this pass. It will bounce off the geometry, and it will be a scramble for possession.
So doing good on it so far. It looks like one of them, some of these Wireless Jacks players are momentarily kind of just halting, but it looks like they're all back involved, I think. Either or, that deep one off the top of the ramp, Stack getting back here. Oh, but just a miss, and that's very unfortunate, but even more so on that miss tap here. Right back, it will go to Kaznaz, the clear, the boost, and to the blue side. See what they can do.
Wireless Jacks really need these attempts coming out of goal and finding that stop as will.i.am getting the pass downfield. Now this boost will come out, and the clear will come out, and they need to meet that target, which they will, and they need this shot, and they'll find it at 12 meters.
What a slick shot. Deep on that clear pass, perhaps a retrieve by Akami, and they'll take the lead 8-6, or retain the lead, I guess I should say more accurately, but good look for them, and they kind of waited that storm that otherwise, you know, Nebula, they had control for a good while, but I just couldn't find a goal off of it.
Excellent series of plays from Wireless Jacks. This full-on defense, full court pressure, not allowing this Nebula offense to get any types of breathers, any type of leniency, and they will try and find a pass over Bowtie, and under pressure from Gilligan. Gilligan will find that stun. He'll go for the clear through mid.
Gilligan undoing those good passes by Nebula just with that tight man-on-man defense, even taking the disc here as well. Doesn't maintain the control, but getting it back for Nebula's Kaz. Briefly enough, gets it to Chocolate. Can he do it again? That's just slightly off by a hair.
They definitely needed that 3, and it was just as upsetting as it was so close to making the target right. And trying to find this shot behind goal and not able to find it, and going for these rebounds is this team. They're going to find it right there. Kaznaz off the geometry at 4 meters.
So brief mishandles, but just the good mental fortitude there to maintain their control, their composure. They got the disc back, and Kaznaz put it in.
A frantic series of passes for Kaznaz, able to find the target, able to get it in front of the goal, and closing that lead to only 3 points.
Nice rollout here from the Wireless Jacks. We've seen this from them at times. Again, they're very clever and creative with it. And yeah, speaking about Kaznaz too, he's having himself a good game. He's actually leading his team here at Nebula with 7 points thus far, seeing if they can get even some more perhaps, but Will is there to get it, and they have some passes available, both back and front. So good patience from Wireless Jacks, just positioning out and getting the disc back.
So they will send it to the back line. Their goalie will find Akami ahead. He's got this positional advantage. Going to go off the roof.
Wow.
And he will find and then save from Late Toast. Right place at the right time and sending it to mid, back into the hands of Wireless Jacks.
A double wow for that one. That was just a fantastic rollout to almost by a goal. I thought it was going to be good for the Jacks, but then the fantastic grab there. Now it's enabling Nebula to get back on the offense, looking for the pass, but just again slightly through the fingers, and those are just very tough. We saw a few of those earlier in the night for Nebula as well. You know, the pass is almost good, but like an inch off, and there it goes again. See if they can maybe rebound here.
So picking up in the trench, sending a no-look pass, trying to find that target behind the goal, and sending it into that rim. It will bounce out, and they'll try and start again from shield, and they'll find it this time at 4 meters.
So well done from Nebula. Chocolate putting it away after a few attempts. Gotta love the concentration again. This is what we saw earlier, even in their match, you know, the other teams there. Whether Genesis or even the last one we saw from 6 Foot Over and Invictus. Those rebounds make such a big difference if you can get those, you know, off those missed shots.
So Blitz will send it back, not following what's happening, but Sweet Tooth will pick it up. He has a man at shield, going for that cross. Guys to make it happen now. Instead of going for the cross, just taking the shot at 6 meters, faking out that defense, and pulling ahead by 1.
So how about that rally now from Nebula? Almost a flip-flop of what we saw in round 1. It was, you know, Wireless Jacks, they were looking like they might build something, but then Nebula came back, and it's just really these teams both super competitive. It was only a 1-point match at the end of round 1, and then the last second goal did turn it into a 3-point differential. But still, right here we're back to that 1-point differential, and neither team willing to concede much.
And getting that stop, Sweet Tooth trying to find that clear through the tube. He will, as this boost rings out from Nebula. They will overshoot it. Wireless Jack seeming to get to it first.
Oh, nice.
Getting that stun is Sweet Tooth trying to find a cross pass, trying to find something. Getting stunned out, and that's double stun. It'd be picked up by Kazaz. Going off
angle.
The backboard. I yelled a little bit too much, but finding that shot off the backboard, hitting that bottom pocket as it rings true. It's now a 3-point game advantage to Nebula, able to come back and really show Wireless Jacks what they have.
No such thing as yelling too much, Sputnik. I kind of regret saying that already, but that's okay. Don't hurt my ears, please. But otherwise, yeah, that was exciting and really starting to ignite this round maybe in favor of Nebula. That was just an excellent backboard shot. Tough angle, still got it.
Tricking out that goalie. Goalie not able to see that angle. Finding that shot, it rang true. A great attempt from Nebula now. Wireless Jacks trying to find their passing in the bubble, but not able to find their destinations. And it will go into the hands of Sweet Tooth, who will clear it out as they try and get these boosts downfield.
And boost they do. Is it going to be through? No, Kaz couldn't quite get it. Having himself, again, good game for his team. A lot of points and a lot of these putbacks. This time not as much, but getting back first with just a moment to spare. So Nebula has it back again.
So Sweet Tooth struggling, going for that shot. It's going to bounce wide back into the hands of whoever because it goes far through mid, and it's going to bounce around again and into the hands of Kaznaz.
So trying just to reach for the skies there. Get it, but gets punched. The Alchemy couldn't find the disc, just going kind of out of his vision. And down by 3, yeah.
It's only a 3-point game. They need to make something happen. They're scrambling for possession. They need to get these passes. 15 seconds remaining. Wireless Jacks need something. They need it now. They need to find that 3 points.
Yeah, no choice but to shoot it, and it is taken out of there with only seconds left. A late toast needs to send it through, and he does, so that will conclude this one off what was such a close game, and winning it now, Nebula, the rebound match. So close. Wish this could have gone to round 3 just because of how good that whole match was.
Definitely a great game, a great series.
Guys, Nebula turn time. Nebula turn time.
And you heard it there from the folks on Nebula, so give the briefest a look at the stats before they possibly get wiped. Excuse me, man. But we do have one more match coming up right soon here. We're not too delayed, so we should be okay. It's Infinite versus Nova. So just one moment. I want to get this on cam if I can. Looks like they hit the rematch button, and then we'll peace on out for just the briefest intermission.
Guys, stay for the Nebula train.
Nebula train, come on.
Also
Nebula
gives
train,
Sput and I a
Nebula
time
train
to take a
time
quick
for
drink.
guys.
I know I need one.
Hey, come and grab.
I need instruction.
Guys, come and grab us.
Grab me.
All right, here we go. Maybe, possibly.
I don't know what that is, so just, you gotta tell me what it is first.
Yeah. Alright. Step on here. Alright. Go in, right? Yeah. Let's go!
So majestic.
I prefer this out.
He's slow. It's a little slow.
All right, well, I'll give that one a 6 out of 10. I've seen better Nebula trains, but it was a decent effort, so good job on that one. Give you a quick replay of that just because we can. And after that, yeah, we're just going to go right back to the last match, final match of the night between Infinite and Nova. So we'll be back right around the corner for that one.
That is so ridiculous looking.
No, you are.
This is truly the height of Echo Arena, the Nebula train.
Yeah, well, it's good to see, if nothing else, just the lightheartedness come out after, going to war in what was a super competitive game and then coming through with just the sportsmanship and the fun at the end. It's always a nice added bit of levity there.
Gilligan coming in with this random comment. Gilligan probably not happy with that match. Maybe that was the source of his frustration, but Wireless Jacks not able to hold that lead in the second round. Nebula really with a great performance. Wireless Jacks really showing them at the beginning of the second round that they had what it took, but not able to hold and maintain that lead as Nebula was able to come back.
Yeah, well, It was close, but congrats nonetheless to Nebula, able to get the win here in the night and just make their night end up a lot better there with the one-on-one on the 2 matches that they played. So feeling good for them, certainly. And, Wireless Jacks surely will rebound because it was still a great effort from them. But yes, so quick intermission here, and we'll be right back with our final match of the night. Hello, everybody. Welcome back one final time for this Wednesday night in VR Master League. I'm Palidore. Right next to me, SputnikKobra again for the 4th consecutive game, and it is going to be Infinite versus Nova. So, Sputnik, how's it going? How are you feeling after all these matches tonight?
It's been a great series of matches. I feel like my voice is kind of going out a little bit, but I'm looking forward to this final match of the night, Infinite versus Nova. It's going to be a great one. It's our final header of the night. And then we'll have a bunch of matches tomorrow, but Neutral Joust is underway as the countdown starts to happen.
Yeah, going for it here. So the first round. Excited for this one. And again, yeah, it's my voice feeling a little bit too, but you know what? It's okay because we're here for the people, which is to say, you know, in today's climate, a lot of things going on, but it's good just to come home, get Echo, or a lot of us staying home, but get some Echo gameplay underway and, you know, watch all of our community play it out for a competitive night of games. So I'm happy to be here and happy you're here as well as all you 50-some viewers that have been here for the last hour or two. It's been awesome.
So Infinite will find these passes, find it behind goal, get that dunk from Palace to Andy W. to get these 2 points on the board with 9 minutes and 20 seconds remaining.
And it took all of 30 seconds into the match to get a first dunk from Andy. It's something he's quite good at, and make no mistake, he's a plenty capable shooter from anywhere, but definitely loves himself those dunks.
Very nice slow play, slow forward progression from Infinite. Infinite now will now send their boost past them and find that steal, and now get this shot attempt at 3 with a 3 at 16 meters.
So that short range boosting pair, getting it back, the disc right out of the hands of the offensive player for Nova, and able to turn it into a goal. It's 5 points here in the first minute and a half.
Thick Chicken saying, woo, come on Infinite, come on Palace. Definitely a fan of Palace. Trying to find these passes through the mid, through the walls is Nova, but not able to find the other one as it bounces off the geometry to mid into the hands of Zach.
And right off the bounce, trying to go for that shot, but look at the stat coming in quickly. Still taking it is Zesper briefly, but YouTube there to upload another shot for Infinite. It's 7 points, and only 20 seconds into that particular joust.
So 8 minutes on the clock, a lead of 7. They could get a mercy.
Oh, bit early to say that, I think. I mean, Nova will give him a fight. Infinite, definitely a talented team, but Nova is one of those who definitely, when they're on point, they are on point. Their passing play has been improving, you know, over the weeks. They have had some times where, you know, it got away from them a little bit, and they kind of admit that themselves. But I think it's one of their focal points lately. Now, obviously, you know, Infinite, they'll have a handful with them, but still, you know, I have faith here as that shot does go through for Zesper. Wide open for the 3.
Infinite getting a little too aggressive with their defense, pressuring at mid, pressuring at the full court, able to leave open the goal for Zesper to take that 24-meter shot from Trench.
And lining up now for the first time on offensive joust is Infinite. Getting that disc is YouTube here. They have players left, right, and center, every which direction, and getting it there right past Venom. But will roll very close to Dimwee, who does get the stun. A good dive, if not a bit daring, but it caused exactly the results that they wanted as they now spread out for some passes, some stacks, and there's another nice delivery. But look at the faster boost there from Zach and Palace.
Andy with possession, getting that shot attempt, the quick turnaround at 15 meters, 10-3, 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining.
What a shot that was, and I'm not sure if you saw Venom there for Nova after that shot had gone in. It looked like he gave you know, 2 hands in the air, like a field goal. Good! And it was indeed a good shot with Andy just fading away from the back. So, like I said earlier, he likes those dunks, but he can shoot.
So chasing it down is YouTube. YouTube trying to find that pass off the head of his teammate, able to get it off the wall is Zach, who sends another errant cross pass, but able to not find it under pressure. Zesper gets the stun. Zesper trying to find a pass. This intense defense from both teams, getting stun after stun, and it will go into the trench, and it will bounce wide again.
Just claustrophobia here over in that bottom ramp on Infinite side of the floor. They do manage to sling that one through for the 2, and there's Zach W. He knew what to do. 12-3 overall in this first round so far.
Zach able to pursue that with that stack and find that shot underneath goal at 4 meters. A very difficult angle, but what looked like a no-look shot made it look easy.
He's one of those players who does tend to do that. He has such a variety of shots in his pocket. And from the pocket, from the mid, doesn't matter. He doesn't even need to be looking at the goals. That one will just roll off for a send, but taken back by Dimwee, so another chance.
really in need of that 3. It will ring off the crossbar, but they'll find another shot attempt under goal, and it will be good at 4 meters. Sir Dimwee to Venom.
So got that one off quite nicely, rebounding it and getting the 2. Of course, yeah, the 3 would have been nicer, but, you know, just sticking with it, that persistence is going to buy you a lot of buckets. I think that's almost the common theme so far this evening and across all the matches.
So with Joust advantage, YouTube down to Andy. Andy will hold on it. They have a 7-point lead. They got 4 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. They just need to chill, and they're going to do that. They're going to play the possession game. They're going to try and pull this full court pressured Nova out of position and then punish them later down in the court.
Yeah, the slow play here now starting to envelop for Infinite, but Nova trying to contest the best they can. Definitely score on the side, time on the side. You can see Zach kind of eyeing the goal every time it's even a window. He wants to shoot that, but wisely did not. So instead just rolling to the goal, there's going to be a crossover to the barrier. But look, the defensive carrier, it's Venom with a disc, with the clear, and off to the other side where awaiting is Zach for the recovery.
So that quick boost from Infinite will be able to retrieve it at their bubble. Again, they'll play this possession game. They have 2 defenders from Nova out of position. They'll send it down. They just need this pickup.
Nice.
And they won't find it as Venom gets the stun outside the bubble and the pickup.
Yeah, Andy may be thinking that he had an open opportunity. Then again, maybe he still will. Who knows? There's YouTube, and he does. So 14-5 off of that rebounded effort.
YouTube not even in the play, recognizing an opportunity and boosting right in, picking it up, and getting the shot at 4 meters.
Yeah, both those other players, Andy and I think Venom it was, going for the stuns on each other, so it just enabled YouTube to swoop on in and steal those the cookies right up that jar.
So again, this pass attempt off the wall, sending it down into Infinite's back line. Venom will again hold it, try and find an opportunity like they did last time. They'll try and find it through Trench. We'll sail back off the wall, and it will be a 1v1 outside that bubble.
And just outside it as it careens into the hands of Palace. So good positioning. Infinite is very good with that. They're going in for a 2 here off a stunned goalie. Sir Dimwee was around, but stunned out. Zesper in a bit of disbelief, perhaps, as that shot does go through for the 11-point lead.
So this is 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first round. Solidly in the hands of Infinite. Nova's just killing time now, trying to get more points on the board, but it's looking like they're not going to be able to come back in this first round.
It's starting to get out of hand for sure, but they're going to keep giving it some fight. I mean, there's the open goal. If they could have gotten there fast enough, not quite enough. So Sir Dimwee will just bother with an awful lot of stuns, but getting stunned at the end of it, enabling the shot from deep, just off. But look at that rebound, also off the wall, off there's a corner panel, and now Dimwee will have it after all.
So Zesper with possession, trying to find a shot, trying to find a pass off the lower geometry, not able to find it, but able to find it for the second bounce is Isen at 2 meters.
So nice on that one, and we even saw that a little bit from Wireless Jacks just moments ago in that last match, where they do go for those. Basically, you can construe them as half shot attempts, half pass attempts, because they're shooting it at angles that have a chance to go in for a goal, but they also are well aware that they have boosted players down the floor ready to get that rebound. So it's like a double win almost when you can make those plays happen, and a good job of it there for Nova.
So Palace will throw that interception into the hands of SN. SN not able to find his target downfield, and Palace will retrieve it. Now they got this 2v1 in the bubble. They'll send a cross pass. They'll try and get something set up, and he'll just go for the shot as he rotates. Andy to Zach at 4 meters.
And right back up by 11 they go, but Nova hanging in there, trying to maybe bring us back to at least a single-digit differential by the end of it. Still got a minute for another score.
50 seconds on the clock. It's looking very difficult for Nova. Dimwee will take it. He will send it down below in the bottom of the bubble, and they will try and send it up to Zesper. They're going to try and get this boost, but they got nothing as Infinite gets him and stops him and retrieves it on the ceiling.
Oh, that shot just a bit off, but I mentioned earlier, one of the things Infinite is good at is just positioning on either side, basically left, right, and center. They're all over the place, so they get a lot of rebounds. Oh, right there, the good save, but a swing through dunk on the rebound. Andy W. just to cap it off here towards the end of round 1.
With only a few seconds remaining, it will run out. Time will run out, and this first round, 20-7, will go to Infinite.
Boy, am I glad that we're all here at home and at our desk, because with the amount that I am spitting tonight with all this excitement, I'd be infecting a lot of people. Just kidding, I don't have the virus, but I'm just saying, you know. I'm excited, but I'm maybe a little too excited. Nonetheless, nice plays from Infinite. They're coming away here 20-7, so did manage to stave off any Nova comeback, but Nova's still putting up a fight on what has been a top team for quite a while now. The last, you know, better part of this last 8 months, I want to say, really. Their rise to stardom has been very tangible.
Yeah, we definitely all felt it. It's been great watching them play. Been great watching both these teams play. It's just been fantastic. Yeah,
Nova, so again, coming through here, looking good on some of those plays. Really like the unique ways that they find, you know, those passes, some of those rollouts. They go for those, again, those shot attempts that can also be intercepted by their stacks. I mean, they're very aware when they do that. And that's something you see a lot from especially the European region. We see an awful lot of that kind of strategy at play, where they do make these delayed jousts, or they're very heady with the bounce plays, bounce passes, and, you know, it's kind of cool to see the little mishmash of styles across the pond between NA and Europe.
Definitely. I haven't been watching many games lately. I haven't seen many EU games, so I really don't know the differences currently, as the metas always continue to evolve. But with the second round underway, with this neutral joust about to happen, looking at like Infinite will come away with possession quick off the joust. They've been able to play in transition, play with a much faster stack, and they get the headbutt. They will retrieve it. They will not retrieve it, as Nova's able to get that stun, but they will follow it up with a shot, and then it will ding off that crossbar.
And letting out a little grunt in the process, but you know what? It's all fine, all good, because YouTube there, under the hood with a grab.
11, 10, 9, 8,
So good start for him. And so far, I mean, didn't really get a chance to go over all of them in the intermission there, but like everyone from Infinite right now contributing on the scoring sheet. Some nice points. No one really solidly carrying on the offensive load at all. It's just a lot of good passing plays and boosting that's buying every player. Like just like that, Andy, a nice short range boost. Oh, the ding though, couldn't get it through.
And it will go back into the hands of S, and it will go for that clear. But at the back line, Infinite's looking to pick it up, and they will. Palace with possession, under pressure, trying to get that short pass to Andy W. Andy will be in double coverage, gets stunned out, and will be picked up by Venom.
So more brawls going out, but you know what? The breakaway here, and there it is. Zesper with some zest, sir. It is 3-2 for Nova.
As you see that Infinite stack try and get set up in defense, not able to get there in time, and Zesper able to get that 3 at 14 meters and take the lead for the first time this series.
There was a lot of brawling just going on in that mid lane, but just good recognition from Venom. Just saw his player, no doubt communicated very well as well, but had that breakaway shot. We saw Nova take advantage of one of those in round one as well, so see if they can do some more of that here to work around this Infinite offense on this approach.
So YouTube at the back line, sending it below goal, trying to get that shot off the geometry with that anchor shot, but hitting the crossbar, and it dings out outside the bubble of Nova.
Now sent on through, so a second one of those really almost full wingspan type dunks from both the W brothers. Not quite able to hit the shot though, so will be taken out by Andy though. Gets there back first, and Zach W now finding himself an open goal. Won't ding that one. It is just right where it needs to be for the 3.
Responding to that following 3 from Zesper, they're now back in the lead by 2. 7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Infinite looking to take the second round and take this series in a 2 sweep.
And we'll see how that unfolds here as they roll out Sir Dimwee, going for that lower rollout as the stacks. 2 of them, in fact, hit right on there. So almost fooled Nova with one stack coming, and then off the peripheral vision. Oh, there's another stack, and then it was a turnover.
Able to delay their stacks, really surprising that defense, just like you said, a really smart move. But losing possession, reclaiming it, slapping it down, trying to find that pass off the lower geometry, which they will find it under the shield.
Nice.
But they will give it up to Essent, who will go for the clear.
They couldn't quite get a clean one. They will have a boost. Now knocked off the head of Palace, who just gets it right back. Immediately the breakaway, and almost a save. Couldn't quite get it, though. A Zesper looked like it hit him on the way in, but still counts for 3 for Infinite.
A really slow shot at 10 meters. Zesper trying to get back into the goal, trying to get set up, not able to, and it will ricochet off his head at 10 meters.
So Infinite a little bit almost lax in this round. Now they do have a lead 8-3. We've seen a couple of those like really strong full wingspan dunks that didn't quite go through, and right now a 3 will go through for Zesper. Then again, that soft shot on the other end, that last play. So maybe taking their foot off the pedal a little bit, and they got to be careful here because it's still a very close game.
2-point game. They can't take things lightly. Nova will gain all the ground they can on that's given to them. So with joust advantage, possession to YouTube, YouTube will try and find something along the wall through these tubes as his team rolls out into an offensive position.
So now baiting out Ascend here on the defense. He's not going to go dive in too hard. They're just going for the triangle plays on their own side of the floor for Infinite, and that's yeah, fine. That's their playbook. That's what they do. It's fine by them to take their time.
For that they will. So Andy with possession, sending it back to Bowtie. So Zach W, it's only a 2-point game. They'll send it back to YouTube. They're just trying to send it back to Palace, excuse me. Just trying to pull this Nova defense out of position. Nova's defense has definitely gotten better at being able to contest when behind, something that they've had to work on for the majority of this season.
And going for that bait out as they go for the fake out on the shot. Zach being dove upon, but he'll just get the goal instead. It's a 4-point lead for Infinite.
Slowly playing that forward progression, finding the passes that they need to. YouTube to Zach, and Zach scoring at 4 meters. It's exactly what they need.
So still only 4-point separation. I mean, Nova will be fine with that. They feel in that position. Actually, though, as it does have a turnover, good pass, maybe if they can find it, but actually will take a bad bounce instead. So getting a rebound, almost a shot. Wow, that was a zinger.
A no-look shot off the ceiling. They'll try and find another pass, bouncing it off the ceiling. Going for that shoulder shot, and it will be another dinger off the crossbar.
So we got zingers, we got dingers, but alas, Infinite lingers on this side of the floor, delivering one. Zach W right across to the other pack, looking to dole some damage and just bide their time. Patient game for Infinite.
So they're looking just to run out this clock, only get the shot attempts that they need, sending it to that backline player, Zach, holding steady. And to YouTube, again, under pressure, getting challenged. They're just going to keep sending it back. They're going to play to the time that they have and try and get this Nova defense to make a fatal error.
And Zach W, there is the error caused by Venom. If nothing else, a great play by Venom of Nova. He does get an accurate clear. It's a bit soft, but look immediately on the stacks as well. It's still Infinite's there. So after all of that work, toiling away at it, Nova still unable to get the disc back, at least for the moment.
So Infinite will send it into tube into Sir Dimwee at the back line. And this stack with Venom, they'll try and find something to happen, but they'll throw it off the wall. It will not be picked up. It will be picked up by Sir Dimwee.
And now they have a chance. They can bring it to a 2-point game, maybe a 1-point game, depending what they go for there. And there's a 2. So it's 10-8, 3 minutes left. Nova, after what was, again, another one of those long rounds delayed, courtesy of Infinite, they still came through with a goal.
Able to pick up that wide pass along the wall and find SN a below goal. Sir Dimwee able to capitalize off that positioning from Infinite.
So positioning out here for the clear, for the passing plays above and below and through the tunnel they'll go. It's Zach taking it away and good pressure by Ascend, but now it's looking like a dangerous dive from a bunch of players and Palace ultimately converting.
Great sequence of forward progression. They didn't lose a beat. They kept movement downfield. Every pass was a pass that gained ground, and just a great response from Infinite.
And taking a look at the stat real quick too, I mean, look at that, 64% of possession time going in favor of Infinite here. They have several minutes of advantage over Nova, and it's not really a surprise based on how this second round especially has played out with the stalling. And now stalling.
Palace stealing YouTube's shot off the backboard. It looked like YouTube's shot was good, and Palace stole it anyway, getting that stun on the goalkeeper and then stealing his teammate's shot.
assists, points, whatever it was, they got it. And, you know, YouTube, I'm sure he's not too upset about it if it was the case, because he's often that team player who does play and kind of enable the rest of his teammates there. You know, Andy and Palace and Zach. YouTube's really an enabler, if nothing else, to get them their shots.
That's the power of defense. YouTube being one of the strongest goalies in the league. And not able to find that shot off the back wall, and the slap out from Zach is crucial.
So Palace trying to go for that above shot. That is just good. Absolutely. What a huge shot with no hesitation from Palace.
Extending that lead by another 3 points, 17-8. Well, minute remaining. Looking like Infinite is going to sweep the second round and sweep the series.
Oh, looking like, but the miss here will be eventually taken by Ascend. That could have been very dangerous and might still be after all. There's Zesper with a clear. The immediate redirects, 2 stacks, getting back and splitting up. And there again is the prowess you see of Infinite.
Making another shot attempt off that wall, and it's going to be wide. But this boost attempt from Infinite will follow it up, and they'll pick it up. Palace making another shot attempt, not able to find that backboard shot. Andy W getting stunned out. And again, Nova trying to find a clear attempt through this tube to get any points on the board.
Now, Sir Dimwee looking for an opportunity if he can. There's some light boost coming through, but YouTube and Zach are all there to cause this turnover. Maybe looking for a breakaway. There's Andy. Not good, because the defense does get back nicely as the send.
So as these last seconds run out, it will be an Infinite victory. Infinite will take the first round and the second round and the series. So a great game to both teams.
Absolutely. So good match there, and Sput, give us the stats as I input for on my end.
Palace coming through with a very decisive 12 points. Great distribution of assists. Really great team plays from everybody on Infinite. Very dominant performance from Infinite these both rounds. Saves. They didn't allow many shot attempts from Nova to come out. Nova had a lot of great breakaway threes as Infinite played with a heavy defense, and sometimes they weren't able to get back into position. But Zach W coming away with 33 stuns, and looking at Nova, Zesper with multiple 3 attempts, the ones that really gave them the momentum pushes that they needed to, and 3 saves from Essend, 1 steal from Venom, and 23 stuns, 24 stuns from Venom and Zesper respectively. And just a great performance from Nova, but they weren't able to stay in the game to try and edge out that victory over Infinite.
Yeah, and tough matchup without a doubt for them. There's certainly a team, I think, for Nova that is capable of eventually pushing through into those upper ranks. I know, like as I said, beginning this one, they've had their ups and downs. Frankly, so has Infinite. They've had, especially towards the beginning of the season, they've had some ups and downs as well. But we all know, at that level of play, at this level of play in Echo, it's just that's the name of the game. There is not really a lot of teams who can just run rampant and uncontested, and just run through a whole season like that anymore. It's very tough. So the talent level, just high as ever, and it's fun. It's been a fun night of matches, but congrats again to Infinite here, taking this victory away at the end.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hop into Echo tonight with this quarantine, and I'm getting a little stir crazy, so I might play some pubs. You should come and join me, Palidore.
Questport.
Do you even have a quest?
Absolutely. Yeah, if nothing else, during all this quarantine situations, I mean, VR is going to be where the socializing's at for a lot of people. I mean, need I say more? Look at that. We've had 50 to 60 viewers for the latter half of this entire stream, for the last 2 hours now. So really, people showing up because they have to.
Because they have nothing else to do.
Because
They've got nothing else to do.
But because they want to as well. And, quarantine or no, I'm here all the time, and it's great to see all these games happening. So it's been fun. But I think, you're not going to be the only one playing some more Echo tonight. There's a lot of people probably getting set to do so. I'm willing to bet.
So come on, join me. Join me tonight.
Come on, Vamonos. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, it will be Infinite here now. They're going to take this away and improve their record to a 7-6. So getting above that 500 mark that teams are always wanting to stay above, stay on top of it. And for Nova, meanwhile, they're going to be 7-7. So they're at that 500 mark. And there you go. That's the story of it all, ain't it? But in the meantime, that will be it for this Wednesday night. Before I forget, because I quite frequently do, let me return to the score screen for you guys and bring up the schedule to see what's on for the following nights. And then we can say our proper goodbyes. But yes, so we have, let's see, Vibers tomorrow starting things off. That'll be at 12:30 p.m. Mountain Standard, otherwise 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m. Central Time. Vibers and Phantoms. At the same time, we have Fusion and Vertigo. Then we have Nova again in a challenge match, actually. I didn't even catch that before. So we do have Nova in a challenge facing off against Spaghetti. That'll be a fun one for sure.
I hope we have a... Sorry to cut you off. I hope we have a bunch of challenge matches. It's not like I said before, it's not like anyone else has anything to do. So I recommend that everybody who's watching just get as many challenge matches as you can. Let's cast as many matches as we can over these next few weeks and really produce a lot of great content.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get that, again, that ESPN campaign going. Right to ESPN, right to Disney, Fox, ABC, NBC, all the sportless places.
Well, we really should. I've been watching a lot of ESPN, and they've, it's a lot of random sports programs that weren't canceled, so they've been falling back. They've been falling back on a lot of other, niche sports, niche, however you say it. But maybe we can write, nachos. But maybe we can get our moment of fame. ESPN has nothing else to cover; they might as well cover us.
Well, if that doesn't sell them, I don't know what will. Couldn't have said it better myself, Sputnik. In any case, all right, so we have, to finish off the Thursday, I'm going to keep going here, Deception versus Ignite, Skull Crusaders versus Ignite. You have Catalyst versus Space Force, Wireless Jacks versus Infinite, Milk versus There Is No Team, and finally we have Reboot and Chaos. So that is just a stacked Thursday night that I'm excited to. I'm being told by Land's End to click on Ignite, be brave. Okay, let me click on... I clicked on it on my my page first, my other browser. And okay, here, we can do that. It's raining Ignite, raining fireballs. Is this a sign of the times to come? I really hope not, but with the way things are going, maybe. Fancy Pantsy Ignite. Anyway, there you go. Request fulfilled.
Wait, is it raining it over the page or just over that logo?
Over the page.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Nice job.
Yeah, raining fire. Well, I guess unless there's any odd request, I think that'll be it. Take us out. Okay. Well, we can't quarantine, remember. But anyway, we're gonna stay here and be right back tomorrow. I've been Palidore. This has been SputnikKobra. This has been VR Master League, and it's been a very fun time. Thank you everyone for joining us. And yeah, have a good night. No rap god. No rap god caption. Good night.